I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Hello and welcome back. I'm Linda. Now I am the lady of Lady and the Frogs. This is Stephen. I am a full-time reseller and it's a struggle. I felt a real dip in sales, or maybe it's just I felt a real dip in suddenly being very much responsible for paying the bills because my husband was ill. Right, so today, listing day, but I'm gonna get on with some of the shears. So that's some of the shears. This is something that was there ages ago. So yesterday I actually polished this. So this is something that's been in my repair pile for ages. And then I repaired it about 2 months ago. The strap had completely broken off and it needed a new rivet. So the new rivet is much smaller than the other rivet, but you have absolutely no idea that it's been done. But it just looked really weird. So yesterday I actually polished it with some proper leather polish. Oh, there's something there. I thought that was the polish. So I need to try and see if I can get that off. I have to get the nail varnish and remove it on that. There's a load of fluff here as well. I've just had the Hoover out as well, so I could have had the Hoover in there. This has been like a pain in the arse. I've washed this, but it's got dust in there, which I've now seen. When I washed this and I had the shower on it, it's actually watertight because it was just like I had a big bucket of water and none of it came out. I was absolutely gobsmacked. So if you ever needed to carry water around in a bag, get a Dr. Martens bag. But anyway, I've got to do further cleaning on that. So these are my jobs for today, cleaning jobs and sewing jobs. So this is one of the jobs which I need to do. So this is a designer brand which I only picked up the other day. So it's Elisabetta Francini. It's Italian, I think. Well, there is a small mark there. I don't want to put this in the washing machine because whenever I put anything in the washing machine that's white, it never fares very well. So this has obviously been donated because it's got a hole in it, and that's what rich people do. You know, you pay all this money for something. So it's got a seam split on the back here, which I need to deal with. Really basic seam split on the back, you know. Stephen's familiar with these because they all have to get their clothing from Build-A-Bear. The only place that sells clothes in my size. But Build-A-Bear all have tails, so they all have little splits. Don't show my arse on cam! Oh, amazing! Well, anyway, they all have little seam splits on the back. And I've got two things here which have got seam splits on the back which need sorting. However, these trousers, they are phenomenally long. Unbelievably long. I mean, you can see these are actually my height. So these are like a good 4 foot something of trouser. Exactly my height. So because they were in the charity shop and they were that long, they've acted as a dusting aid. So the entire bottom of them has dusted the floor of the charity shop. So they probably were quite clean, but now I've got to clean that. So I am thinking I might just sponge clean that. Yeah, it's a nice day for drying stuff outside. Cha-ching, you can't see. Yeah, nice day. I've got a bloody jigsaw puzzle in the way still, which is pissing me off because it's got an edge piece missing. You know, and I definitely haven't like mislaid it. So it's a 2,000 piece puzzle, so you know it would have been a good 20 to 30 pounds. But I'll probably, you know, I either donate it or I auction it, and I'll probably go for 99p. I think I'm tempted to auction it, otherwise I would have just cleared it away yesterday. So I've got these shorts which are from ages ago, which I've got another one of these tail things in. I've got a couple of chinos here, which these are brand new, but these are defects, and they've got defects on the pocket, so I'm going to sort them out. I've got a whole fucking load of them. One there, which again has got the tail problem. Yeah, maybe people have got tails. This is a return which came back because somebody thought they were a size 6, but they were obviously not, because yeah, I don't even want to look at that. This guy's got a rip on him, and then I want to put him in the washing machine, so I'm going to sort out the rip and then put him in the washing machine. It's there. I got these for free. More chinos with more issues. They are kind enough to put markers on, but yeah, I don't know what that is. They're very pedantic brand, these. So that's got a little mark, a little thing there. Oh my god, there's absolutely loads in here. These I picked up yesterday. So this is an American brand, which I think I try not to watch too many YouTubers who are American, because then I absorb all these brands which mean nothing in this country, which never fetch any money in this country. Or then I'm like stuck with them. But I did look these up, and these seem okay. So, you know, realistically, I'm thinking I'm only going to get around 40 for these. They're a size 26, but whoever had them found them too big. So they were a size 26, and then they've taken them in. So they've taken it in a very rough way. So I've got to undo all of this with my faithful unpicker. And then I'm going to throw that in the washing machine just to sort of take it out a bit. And then I mean, what is all of this? What is going on here? How can I have this amount? Apparently this is how much stuff I've got to repair. What is going on? So I have been kind to myself in that I have got these pegs on, which is why I knew I must have a problem, because this little tin where I keep the pegs is missing loads. So yeah, that's got a little flaw in it. I think this was fabulous, and then I found a flaw in it. Oh, it's got a massive hole in it. Massive hole in it there. So I'm going to do all of these in little batches and try and list them so that I can remember where the flaw is, so that I don't forget. So that's quite a nice Nike, but it's got a hole in it. Oh, I tell you, I'm so happy that I used these pegs. I'll tell you something. The time when I had forgotten to do the pegs was the time I just had the screaming abdabs. This is very summery, isn't it? Oh, I thought that said Nirvana then. It's just the font for Nirvana. That's got a hole in it. These are very minor holes, and I am quite good, and I can disguise them from the back. But for the most part, yeah, sometimes the stuff needs laundering, and so that it's not too obvious. Yeah, another little hole there. So these are all just little pathetic holes. I know that there's some stuff in here which is going to be an arse. Like, I've got a pair of these really cool mint velvet jeans, and the fact that they're in here is quite ominous. Yeah, and so it's got a flaw on here. I'm going to be attempting these myself. As I told you before, that bag there, I didn't think I'd be able to repair that myself, and I took it to one of these places which does repairs, and they had it for They had it for 5 days and then they rang me and they said, no, there's nothing we can do. So I have no idea. My husband, it was hard to get the other clip off, but it was relatively easy. I got one of these, I got a pointed tool, which I can't remember what it's called. And it begins with A, awl, an awl. So I got one of them at this fabulous shop that's in town in Manchester. So if you're ever here, go to this place called Fred Aldo's. It's great. It's great for all your crafts. It looks like nothing on top, but they've got the entire basement and the basement of the adjacent shop, and it's huge. Then they have got literally anything, everything you could ever want in there. Oh look, a nice piece of winter wear, which is sat in here. And why is this in here? I can't see the peg on this. Oh, so yeah, I don't know why this is in here. So this one I haven't put my peg on, so I'm gonna have to like inspect this. I have just literally, I've just been round with the Hoover, so that I can lay all this stuff out and get on with it. So that's my job for the day. I do have 2 things which were paid overnight, and I don't feel like rushing out to post those 2 things because it's Wednesday and they bought them on Sunday, and I just think, what, you want me to post them? I don't need to post them until tomorrow. I may well do it. I need to get some salad, I need to get some bread. So, you know, they may be in luck because I may, you know, I may want to go to Tesco, but I think I'm going to try and do like the 3 o'clock Tesco job, which, because I think that's when they do their round of reductions. Let's face it, we all need reductions. So that's my quest for the day, and I'm going to crack on now. It's now Thursday morning and coffee, breakfast. I am going to tackle this add recommended item specifics. I know that this is not necessary, however, I did a few of these yesterday. Most of these, I know obviously those are like books and things, but most of these are Lego because they're doing some arse about face shit at the minute, just to destroy any work that you've done with this. Most of these are quite fresh listings that I've got on here, but they've got like loads of things missing. It's something like 4 with most of them. Let's see what it says. Oh, I think it only tells, oh yeah, so it says 4 recommended. I'm going to go into these and edit them properly because I need to grab the information from the rest of it. Because all the information is actually there. They've just messed around with it. They want to know now piece count, which I can get from a website that I regularly use, which is this one. So they do have the details that I need on there. It's just, I did 2 yesterday and they immediately got watchers, so I think that this is definitely worth my time. So I'm just going to do this quietly in shut the fuck up mode this morning. So this is the issue that we have. I always fill this because, I mean, let's face it, required for Lego is just the word Lego. We know it's Lego because it's in the category Lego. Some of the ones that I was doing yesterday as well, they'd taken out this used and it had the one where it's, you have to put whether it's good, you know, very good and the rest of it. So that may be something that ends up changing again after I've done this. I need to revise the price on this anyway because I think I've gone too high. So I'm now missing Lego theme. So this is obviously Western, and then I need to shove something in there, I think. You see, with the castle ones, they have different names. And then they've added, not that. Let's have the actual drop down. Yeah, so whether it's complete or incomplete. And then they have things up here of like missing minifigures and missing pieces as well is one of them, I believe. Oh, and then you see, annoyingly, let's just stick Denmark in there. Probably not Denmark. So these are the ones that I used to have. So this is all now flown out. So it had the year in there anyway, but now we have release year, year manufactured, which, let's face it, is the same. And then we've got whether it's retired. So all of mine are retired, but how the hell? So I'm just going to put the same year in again because they literally were retired within a year, I'm sure. But I mean, I'm not likely to know that information. And then when you edit it, all of this, when you edit it and you go down here and you press revise, it's coming up with a stupid message. So yeah, I had that message on a few things yesterday, so I was just like, right, well, I'm gonna play the game and I'm gonna do this. So obviously I'm gonna carry on editing and sort all of these out. As I said, it is Thursday. I've got a headache now. I was just sitting there like phased out, looking at all this stuff, editing all of those things, and God, what time are we on? Yeah, ridiculous past 11. Somebody's just been sending me like messages about some coupons which I've got, which are basically the coupons which for the Alton Towers buy one get one free off the cereal packets, because I just figured, well, somebody will want them because they only seem to have them like for a very short window of availability, and so I just throw them on there. So it's like trying to explain to somebody, because they were like, oh, well, I need 4 of these vouchers because there's 4 of us. And I'm like saying, well, if there's 4 of you going and the vouchers are buy one, get one free, you only need to buy 1 lot of 2. Because I've got them on as a lot of 2, but then it's a multi-listing. So, you know, then I was just like, oh, I'm confusing myself here. And this person sounds like a nutter. So it's just like, if there's 4 of you going, now he's got to check with his wife. So I'm just like, do you know, whatever. I was kind of delaying going to the post office. So anyway, I've got a pair of chinos which we sold this morning. What are they? £17.99 I've accepted for that. These are very low things. This is Under the Stories. This is one of these ones that's just got like a raw hem, which I just find very irritating. £4.99. It's the maiden bid of an auction. Under the Stories is something I don't necessarily pick up now, but you see, I do still pick it up. But even then, you know, I've been sort of like sticking to getting loud prints, but even that doesn't work. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's the same with cars. I saw a few cars items the other day, and I just didn't get them because it's a waste of time. This is £12.99, just a vest by Adidas. So yesterday, you will remember, I was doing my sewing jobs and hoping to list a whole bundle of stuff, which didn't really happen. I've done laundry, obviously, so this is like stains, which I believe I have got out. This was something that I actually had to repair. And then after I repaired it, I realised there was very, very ominous yellow stain in the crotch area. So I don't know what it is with people who can afford designer clothing. They also just seem to just piss themselves a lot. Yeah, I wish I'd discovered before I did the sewing job on the seam, because there was a seam issue, which obviously wasn't where I was sewing, but it was a bit further down. Oh God, the stuff it puts you in contact with. And yeah, there's various other things on there, stuff which I've sorted out. Those jeans which I had, they took a lot unpicking because they'd actually done the sewing job. Yeah, the stain is out. I've hand washed them because things happen in my washing machine. It's that stuff in the seal is, even though I clean it out, it never seems to clean out properly, so I just soaked them in the bath. So that's a good going for just a hand wash. I must remind myself that I'm not that bad. So anyway, yesterday ended up becoming a palaver. I've still got a few of my sewing jobs to do. I've done most of them. I did some stain removal. I've done another lot overnight, one of which is that thing that's hanging on the door there. You can actually get this stuff here called glue remover, and that's what has been on that, because it's Patagonia, and obviously somebody has just wiped their hands while they've been doing something. I've been trying to wash it out. It does seem to have worked-ish. It said to leave it for a lot longer than I actually did, but it seems to have done most of the job, and I should just use that in the first place. The only reason that I realised that we had that is because I went in there to get super glue, and I was just like, this isn't super glue. So yeah, yesterday my husband came home from work, and we then ended up having to take the car into the garage. He's been in contact this morning, and it's another like 650 quid to get it sorted. And basically we had to take it yesterday because although he knew there was an issue when he went to work, because it had loads of stuff come up on the dashboard, warning lights and all this, that and the other, and the bonnet catch has completely failed, you know, and no, you know, you don't want to be driving a car which has got a bonnet catch. And even though he told this to his employer, they then said, oh, you must drive to Cheadle. You know, people don't seem to listen to anything you say in conversation. So, you know, you may as well just say anything to these people. So he was like furious with that, and he's just gone to a job in town today. So it was very frustrating yesterday, because although all these warning lights were coming up, it then had a knock-on effect with all the other electrics in the car. So the car alarm was going off constantly and the central locking wouldn't work, because, you know, remember those days when you had an actual key and you just put it in and you just locked it? You know, I'm used to these things because I've only really ever driven classic cars. My husband drives this one. But the central locking wouldn't work, so we couldn't secure the car. It's in a so-called secure car park, but we're in the middle of Manchester and it's not secure. So we couldn't lock the car, so it's just like, well, we've got to take it in. And then they see there's this other problem that's been going on with it, which they couldn't get to the bottom of. When we took it in for the MOT and we presented it early, our MOT expired on like the 15th of March or something like that, and we actually presented it in the middle of February, because we knew we had this problem, and we were like, we want you to look at this problem. So that's why we presented our car early, but, you know, to try and preserve the anniversary. And we says, can you find out what this noise is and where it's coming from? They swore blind that there was nothing wrong with it. They couldn't work out what it is. And now it turns out today that, you know, it was something that's catastrophic with the brakes. So that's why it's 650, not to just sort out this electrical issue. So now we've got to have like some really important issue with it. And then apparently they said to my husband, because obviously he's the one that's dealing with it, oh yeah, the horn wasn't working. And I was thinking, but surely that is an MOT thing. If the horn wasn't working on the car, surely that is an MOT safety thing. So anyway, we weren't impressed yesterday because we had to walk all the way back there. I sort of rushed my post through, and I says, no, come on, I'll go with you. But you see, my husband's still got an injured foot, so he's not best pleased, because he's now had to like walk on it a good like mile, 2 miles really. It was near my charity shop, so I says, no, I'm going to come with you and we're going to go there. So I ducked into the charity shop, This is one of these superstore things, and it's absolute garbage. I bought 3 things. 2 things which seem okay, which I paid £3 for. A Helly Hansen t-shirt and a fat face thing. Which I don't know. I don't really know why I got the Helly Hansen thing, because they don't shift. And then I bought this Fall Raven pair of shorts, which I now realise are stained and shrunk. And I shouldn't have picked them up. So there you go. But the whole shop, the shop was full with stuff which I would buy, but not for £10. Yeah, absolute rubbish. So the other thing which I've got, which I'm sending today, is this, which is another brand which I wouldn't pick up. I've actually seen it a few times and left it. Wrap London. I've had this since last year, and now somebody has paid. They sent me an offer of £7, so I took it, and then they've paid like £26 or something to send it to America. So I think I've grossly overcharged there, but it's probably the tax, isn't it? I'm never quite sure. When you get that notification through on your phone, it's never truthful, is it? So yeah, I'm just going to fold that up nicely, and I'll probably end up saving money on that. Should I feel guilty? No. Oh, I don't know. So anyway, I'm not impressed. I've got more stuff which I've got to sew. There's just a few things there, and I still haven't finished this jigsaw. I haven't really even touched it, so it's still in the flipping way. We came back yesterday after having dropped the car off, and because I've been sat there just sewing half the day, I just rushed through some bits which are here. I've done most of them, so it's just a couple of shorts there which I haven't listed. So I ended up sending 6 things live yesterday, which was really rubbish. You know, for the fact that I was going to do like a blazing listing day. So frustrating. So anyway, I'm going to throw this stuff in the post. I don't think this other person seems to know about how many coupons they need or whether they're going to buy these coupons. So let's just forget about that. Forget about it. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to carry on. Should better get some of these pressed today and photographed. So I'm in a good position, and it's only Thursday. It's just, you know, time is flying away. I'm probably going to do a stock take and try and get some like listings refreshed. I think that would be a good idea, especially if we've got £650 worth of idiotic car repairs. I'll just give up. I am really quite disparaged at the moment with everything. It's just I can't see any positives sometimes. I really can't. And this is one of the reasons why I just keep thinking, I could just keep doing this and have a job as well and just get some more money coming in. But everything is just about money at the moment. And my husband's like, no, you can't get yourself a job because your health just won't stand it. And you'll end up not doing the reselling and just solely trying to keep yourself going to work and dealing with all that. So he's quite keen that I don't go back to work, but I'm quite keen to have a nice wedge of money. But you know, I'm not like in my 20s and 30s. And if I remember when I used to do overtime when I was employed, it never really paid off because you just end up paying more tax. Right, so I'm going to crack on with getting these things posted. I've done most of those item specifics, but obviously I've got a few which I've sent offers out on, and it's definitely, I think, worth me doing because it's just a crazy mess at the minute. Post office run completed. And I don't understand how, well, it was really overcast when I left, and I just thought, I'm only going to wear a t-shirt, and I am sweating like the proverbial hooded rapist. And there's other people walking around, you know, like it's not really hot weather, like it's not May, in puffer jackets and woolen coats. What? So I've been up to the other Polish shop because, you know, obviously I want to buy lemons that aren't like half the size of that, and they're half the price that they are in Tesco. And look, I stood there for ages with the guy saying, it's like, can you read this? Because it's all in Polish, Spanish, Lithuanian, no, Latvian. Oh yeah, it is Lithuanian. So it doesn't have any English in it. Well, it has English on the front, but not on the ingredients. And I was like, I just wanted to know if these were the real sugar versions. So I was like, poor guy was like reading it for ages, trying to work out if it has saccharin in it or aspartame. And I don't think they do. And that was my conclusion anyway. But I have not had Sprite or 7-Up. I've had a sip of my husband's and it's rancid, and I can't drink the British version anymore because this sugar tax nonsense really, really hacks me off. You know, it's just one of the, you know, many reasons that we're going to add to my motivation when I finally get a soundproof cellar and Boris Johnson chained up in here. It will happen. So, I've got some more salad because I realised that I got some cheap avocados yesterday, cheap. They were £1.40 because apparently now they've gone up to £2.40. So, apparently that's cheap now. So, obviously I've got to eat them because if I turn my back for 2 minutes more, they'll be brown. Seafood sticks, these were 62p, down from 115. So, I'm going to throw that with it, just have a little salad. I got some of these because I love these, but these aren't exactly reduced, £1.26. Dear. I'm just a girl who remembers the 90s and still thinks it's the 90s. And then some of these, the smoked ones, the oak smoked ones were absolutely rancid, so we won't be getting them. But the other two flavours that they have seem to be okay. So £2.07 seems okay. They had both of them reduced. But I just got that one because let's not be too silly. I would like to have an empty freezer and defrost it at some point, but I don't know when that's going to happen. And that's it. When I walked up to the Polish shop, the other one, which is called, I think it's called Waka, but I want to call it Wakanda. Because, you know, I want to live in the Marvel universe. This would probably be better than this. You know, when I'm having one of these days where I'm just walking out and feeling depressed, I'm just waiting for the moment that a guy comes up to me and says, "We've got a revolutionary new thing that we want to do from you," and then I turn into Deadpool. But, you know, that won't happen either. So yeah, I walked past the post office because there was a queue, and then when I came back it was like double the size. So that didn't really work out for me either. I've got a airmail thing to put in there. Yeah, so that's me. And now I'm going to do some listing. Now I'm going to do some repairing and listing, and now it's gorgeous sunlight for photos. So we're going to get a load of photos done. Hello, it's Friday. I've actually been really focused this morning. I haven't been to the charity shop because I've got to go and meet my husband where he's working so that we can then get the tram to where the car's being... Well, let's hope that they have repaired it this time. Because I'm just very dubious about the fact that we've only had it in the end of February and there's all sorts of things which were MOT fails, which they've now brought up. So I've got to go and, like, you know, give a load of money away for that. So go and get this car, and I'm going to go to charity shops on the way. So I've already photographed a load of stuff this morning. I think I've done about 8 items, which is there. That top one is actually a size 24, so I don't know. I'm hoping I can find stock photos of it. I hate doing that. But it just looks like a rag on the mannequin, obviously, because the mannequin's like a size 8. Got stuff to post. A Lego set. I've gone for like $12.99, and now I've realised that it's like huge. But I found a box, a janky box, which I sort of managed to sort out. I'm a bit annoyed actually that I've got, you know, I know that I'm not annoyed that I've got 8 things to post. I'm just, because I'm going that way. More often than not, when I have something that's not delivered or it goes missing, I always look back, and I've always posted it at this post office. The last time I walked straight by it and I went to the one in town. I think I might do that again, because I need to find out when the hell the post offices are open for the Jubilee. So I actually wouldn't mind finding out what time they're open at the one in the city centre, because ours are saying that they're closed Thursday, Friday, which makes sense. But then they're also closed on the Monday, and I just thought, okay, well, it must tie in with Eid, but Eid isn't until July. So I'm really confused what the hell is going on. So yeah, I might do that. I might take them into town, you know, because they're less likely to go missing. I've sold some of these. This person who said that he needed 4 of the vouchers for 4 people. I said, well, no, it's buy one get one free vouchers, so you only need 2. So hopefully he's understood that. He has only paid for 1. I've put the codes in with it. This year it does say that you have to give the whole thing, so I'm hoping that that's enough. Apparently you have to show the packet. I mean, why would you want to go to Alton Towers and bring an empty packet of cereal with you? This has gone on auction for $9.99. This I've just sold this morning. This is Morgan de Toy, which I do really like these. There's another dress which is in the charity shop at the moment, but it's like brown and it just looks a bit weird, so I haven't gone with that. That I've sold for £20. This is a Mankey cardigan. Somebody sent me an offer of £3.50 and I took it, because I must stop thinking, oh yeah, other people can sell vintage Marks and Spencers. I can't sell vintage Marks and Spencers. I sold one really nice blouse once, but that was phenomenal. But this, I don't know, it's a very weird cut on it as well, so I just thought, well, I'll be glad to see the back of that. This doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And then I have got 3 pairs of chinos from my wholesale deal. Oh God. I hope I can get some more of that, because it's phenomenal. Yeah, so now my hair's flying into my gob. Right, so I need to crack on. I am thinking, oh God, I'm missing out by not going to the post office, but it is what it is, isn't it? I've already got my postage thing up, so I need to hurl these into mailers and get them gone and stop this crazy vlog, which is now too long, and my computer's going to struggle to edit it. And I need to reorder some more of these, because I didn't reorder any of these. My thing, which you can see on top of there, which I've accidentally seemed to have ordered 2 of the exact same thing with my eBay packaging voucher. These specific size polys, I really do need them. These are the ones that I have. They're just slightly stronger than the ones that they have on eBay. I don't know if it's because of the colouring, because I think these are quite strong for eBay branded, but I think that the orange ones, which are the bigger size, I think they're a bit crap, to be honest. They just don't seem right. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon. And I'm sorry I haven't done a haul. I've got loads of stuff, but I just keep listing little bits of it and getting it on quicker than I usually am, which I think is why I've sold 8 things overnight. But it's probably also because I'm listing decent stuff, but there you go. Okay, so thank you for watching. A subscribe would be nice, and I'll see you again soon.